The Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases has formed a technical working group to look into the new COVID-19 variants. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeire chairs this group. We now go above and beyond the headlines with a member of the TWG, Dr. Ong Lim. Good evening, Dr. Lim. Thank you very much for joining us. Ma'am, let's begin with this. No? So the new variants, the UK, South Africa variants, not yet in the country. At least that's what the samples tested by the Philippine Genome Center show. But does that mean that it is not in the country? Are we very sure about that? Or could it be in any other individual in the country?
So, Pia, you're correct. No? Based on the samples that were tested covering the period of November to December, none of the variants of interest have been detected. So we have to keep in mind that this covers a proportion of all of the possible samples. So we don't test everyone, and we don't do sequencing on everything. So I think it's more accurate to say that it hasn't been detected so far. But I think the point here is that regardless of whether it's been detected or not, we need to be consistent in complying with minimum public health standards so that even if they were to be detected at a certain point in time, we will still be able to address any issues coming from these variants because we will have been able to contain their spread through our adherence to Apat Dapat.
All right. Well, Dr. Lim, it's good to hear you say that, no, that it is more accurate to say that it has not been detected in the country. And therefore, like you say, we should be very vigilant that we should continue all these minimum health standards that we've been doing for the last 9 months and never let our guard down. The same thing that my guests on Front and Center that were airing later at 7 p.m. said, Dr. Marisa Alejandrino and Dr. Ron Bergantin. So pareho pa rin, no? We should, regardless whether or not it is here, whether we know or not, dapat tuloy-tuloy lang yung vigilance natin.
That's correct, Tia, because I think any variant that we end up discovering will always be retrospective Kasi hindi naman real-time yung testing natin. Mako-collect yung sample, ma-identify siya as positive, pwede siyang mag-qualify for sequencing, saka pa natin malalaman. So may delay. And kung ganun nga yung sitwasyon and hindi tayo maagap, we were not compliant with our minimum public health standards, bago pa natin na-identify yung variant strain na yan, nakakalat na siya. So dapat maagap talaga tayo para makaiwas dun sa possible impact ng mga ganung klaseng bagong variants.
All right. Dr. Ong Lim, thank you very much for joining us this evening on Newsnight. Salamat po, ma'am.